I also want to say this. When I was younger, as a teenager growing up on Schoolcraft in Granville, that dude Thomas that called himself Tommy Gunn, that was not the type of nigga that my sister would have fucked with, yo. That's not the type of nigga she would have been in a relationship with, had sex with, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of niggas come forth all the time and say, hey man, I know my family, I know my sister, I know she wouldn't do this and all that other stuff, and then they find out other shit. That nigga was not the type of person that she would ever do anything with. You feel me? I knew my, back in the day, I knew my twin sister very well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's insulting my intelligence and everybody is walking around in this secretive ass, fucked up ass way, yo. I don't know what type of lie got told somewhere down the line. I truly believe that DJ cousin probably made up some lie back in the day. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. This dude named Lando had sex with Daquan cousin Tia back in the day in the springtime of 2006. Like a week later, me and this girl named Lamia, Quan's sister, we was upstairs in Lamia's room, and me and her basically was about to have sex. Nobody was up there when me and her was about to have sex. We was up there by ourselves. Nobody else was up there. We was about to have sex, and then we changed our mind because I found out she was on her period. It was like a turquoise bluish color that I wiped the blood on that was on the cover. When I found out that she was on her period, I wiped the blood off my finger on the cover and then basically just turned over, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? That was it. I didn't have sex with Lamia that night. This was like May 14th, 2006, yo, around 2 o'clock in the morning. I still remember this because I spent the night at DJ house that night, and then I went back to my mom's crib the next day. I remember this, yo. But I told everybody in the hood that me and her had sex. The truth was I was kissing on her nipples, sucking on her nipples and stuff, but me and her did not have sex. I was 16 years old at the time. Lamia was 17 years old at the time. I don't know how old Lando was in the springtime of 2006. I don't know how old Tia was in the springtime of 2006, but like a week before that, Lando and Tia had engaged in sex or whatever. And I still remember Lando putting his finger up to my nose and me knocking that nigga finger away from my nose because he was basically, he told me he had sex with her. I saw like the bed and stuff moving and stuff, but I was like, nigga, you ain't do nothing. And that nigga I still remember that nigga putting his finger up to my nose. So I'm thinking about when my sister was in dance class back in the summertime of 2006, and my mom said she had got some type of a checkup. The doctor was like doing something to like put some type of a like scope like around her spinal cord or some needle up her spinal cord. I still remember this shit, yo. I still remember this. But now that I'm older, I think my mom was telling me a lie, yo. I think my mom was lying to me because something possibly happened in that hood and everybody was basically possibly covering that shit up because my mom didn't want me to find out because at 16 years old, if I find out somebody actually, if somebody was to come to me and tell me that somebody actually forced themselves on my sister at the age of 16 years old, I didn't care who you was, I didn't care how powerful you was, I didn't care who you knew. It would have been a wrap for you. So I think I had a dream about that dude Thomas last night. I don't even know why. Back in the day, we used to all call him Tommy Gunn or Thomas or Tommy Gunn, yo. Everybody in the hood called him that. I don't even know why as of lately God is talking to me about that. I had a dream about that dude last night. Right now as I speak, it's December 16th, 2025. I had a dream about that dude December 15th around like, I don't know, probably around like 6 a.m. or something like that. You know what I'm saying? December 15th, 2025. I had a dream about him. And I had a dream that he was like trying to sneak around and try to like talk to my sister Alicia, so I'm trying to like sneak and do something with her. I'm not bullshitting, yo. Man, let me put this online.